right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow Pandemonium travelers. This is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown, day 133 by my count, if I'm remembering my count correctly. So what do we got today? Well, here's the deal. I want to do something a little different today. There are plenty of current events and things to talk about. I'm sure there's some scandals, and, Nick Cannon and China and blah, 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 blah. Here's the deal. I want to go over a couple of pragmatic points with everyone and give you something useful, okay? Now, right now is now many months now. I mean, half of this year, basically, has just been spent by a lot of people just freaking out, basically. Before the George Floyd riots, like even before that, people were just freaking out, drinking more, etc., etc. And I think I've gone over this before, but I want to go over it again because it's Friday, okay? Now, you can use this time where you are laid off, whatever, being a nervous alcoholic wreck and cursing the system or the man or whatever, or you can be more pragmatic. Now, I know how that sounds, because, Kyle's still working, so shut up, Kyle. You don't know. But I've been hella unemployed before. Months and months and months of being unemployed, watching the bank account dwindle, freaking out, right? Had this happen. I know partially what you're feeling. It wasn't during a global pandemic, but that was back during the Occupy Wall Street and everything, though. Back during the economic turmoil of the late aughts. Anyways, pragmatic stuff. So, first off, as a PSA for all the new time gun buyers, millions of you, okay, apparently, 3-4 million, something like that, first time gun owners. Now, I'm sure, like a lot of us, you've seen a lot of movies and TV shows, and you've seen guns, and so you think you know how guns work, and you think you bought a gun, and you think you know how to store it and everything else. Okay. Fundamentals. Terminology, right? Sights, hammer, trigger guard, grip. Maybe it has a backstrap safety. Where is the safety? Slide versus revolver. Maybe it's a rifle. You've got a stock, right? You got the muzzle. Maybe you have a muzzle brake because you have a rifle. You can put a muzzle brake on a pistol too, I suppose. But what gun did you buy? Did you research the gun that you wanted to buy and bought that one? Or did you buy what was there? Or did you buy what the guy at the gun store told you to buy? Did you buy a $150 High Point 9mm? Or did you buy a Browning 1911 45? Did you buy a shotgun? What's the make and model? What gauge is it? What's the ammunition capacity in the weapon? What are your accessories? Should you get a light and put a light on it? Not a bad idea. What about a sling to carry it? What about your ammunition? Where are you storing this weapon? Are you just putting it in a closet where anybody could break into your house and then take it when you're not there? Lock it up. Secure your weapons, right? What about your ammunition? Where are you storing your ammunition and how? I actually don't really know off the top of my head how you should do that, but there are fire-safe ammunition cases and things, right? Get an ammo can and put your ammunition in it. It'll be more secure than just sitting there in a box, okay? These are fundamental things you should do. Now, if you didn't know what gun you were buying, you just bought a shotgun or something, look up the make and model. Look up all the accessories. Look up repairs. Look at the problems people have with them. Look at YouTube videos. Look at Hickok 45 has been making gun demonstration videos for 10 years or something. Nuttin' Fancy is another one. Nuttin' Fancy just goes in depth on various guns. Lots of different guns. Look up Hickok 45 and your gun that you bought, and hopefully, likely, there'll be a review of it. Watch them, how they handle the weapons, how they fire them, how they aim them, how they assemble and disassemble them. These are skills you need to develop if you are going to be a responsible firearm owner, because an unclean gun is not a safe gun. An improperly operating firearm is not safe to have, okay? If you don't know how to use it, that's not safe either, okay? Now, practicing handling means practicing trigger discipline. That's not putting your finger on the trigger. If there happens to be a bullet in there, it won't go off unless you pull the trigger, so don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to fire. Trigger discipline. Then there's muzzle discipline. Never point a firearm at something that you are not intending to shoot. Okay? Oh, that was a hell of a hell of ran a red light. Anyways, and then, you know, ammunition discipline. Where is your ammunition? Like, I can account for every round of ammunition I own. I know where every last round is, okay? I don't own that many, and I don't own that many different types of calibers, of course. The more calibers of different types you have, the bigger your supply of ammunition, the more stuff to keep track of. However, if you're just a first-time gun buyer, I assume you bought one gun, and you got some ammo for it, so that it's not a paperweight, and now you have it sitting there, okay? It's not secured, you don't know what to do with it, you don't know how to handle it, maybe you've never fired a gun before, okay? Now, I don't know about ranges being essential. I mean, gun stores were certainly essential. But do what you need to do to get trigger time. Get out somewhere rural where you can just go out and shoot. Go to a range. Again, check into your online gun community stuff. Gun people are some of the nicest people ever. When you go to a range, if you don't know what to do, ask somebody. You'll be like, you know, I've never fired a gun. I bought this thing because of all this chaos going on, and I don't know anything about it. Can you tell me about your guns? Watch how other people handle their weapons. Gun people are nice. They'll go, oh, here's what you need to know, right? They want you to be safe too, because bad gun owners make all gun people look bad. Gun stuff, okay? Basics. Trigger discipline, muzzle discipline, ammunition discipline, storage discipline. Safety first. Then you use it as a tool to help secure yourself and your loved ones and your property, okay? You now own a tool that can take life, and you must treat it as such, right? So, that being said, enjoy being a new-time gun owner. Welcome to exercising your Second Amendment right, and we hope that you stay and, you know, understand the decision that you've made. It's like a historical precedent for people being able to own firearms in this country, and you are now participating in it. Welcome. Anyways, other pragmatic things, okay? I'll even post links to some videos about safe gun handling and everything else so that you know that I know what I'm talking about, and that there are resources available to you for whatever your gun needs are, so that you practice safe gun management, okay? Now, all that stuff being said, let's talk about other pragmatic things. I understand everybody's job got canceled. Tens of millions of people, your job was canceled. You were essentially deemed unessential. And that is kind of crappy. Even the phrasing is pretty crappy. I mean, you're unessential. You are not needed, right? You know, Mrs. Style got canned, right? So it hurts. So what can you do? Well, who do I see still working? Well, police, kinda, for the moment, sort of. You got your fire, ambulance. Of course, those things take time to become one of those, but if you need to get a job, start it now, right? You'd be dependent upon the city and the city budget and all that, but again, take everything into context. How do you or a loved one get through this without becoming bankrupt, destitute, homeless, etc.? Well, restaurants are not working, and this is one of these things that is really a problem. Back in the day, in the before time, there was basically always the option. I could quit this job and go wash dishes, or go wait tables, or go work a line in a restaurant. Not so now. Maybe some line cooks is still working, but like, there's no dishwashers, there's no bussers, there's no waitresses. Shit, coffee shops are barely open. You can't even go do your barista gig, right? The bikini baristas are open. Again, being pragmatic. If you're attractive and you don't have a job, they can teach you how to make coffee. Don't you worry. They can teach you how to make coffee. Just be amiable and hot, and you'll make lots of money selling coffee in your underwear. Okay? Again, pragmatic. Strippers, strip clubs are closed. Go be a bikini barista. I don't know what to tell you. You gotta do what you gotta do. Anyways, landscapers. Now, this is not a solution to, like, long term. This isn't exactly a solution to not having health care, insurance through your work, your retirement plans, and all this other stuff. I fully understand that. But continuing to do work and earn income is better than just sitting on unemployment and probably, drinking yourself half to death and becoming depressed and whatnot. Again, landscapers, private security. Private security is still very necessary, especially now, and it's only going to become more so as law enforcement around the country kind of, not just get canceled, but like they are not responding to various calls. So private security is needed to address concerns and things that are able to be handled without the police. You're able to handle them just as a private security guard. You can sort of issue instructions to people, and then they comply, and no one has to call the fuzz. So this is again going to become more and more necessary, especially if we actually do defund the police, right? So again, I mean, if you go on and you look at jobs that are hiring, I'm sure you can find administrative things and stuff like that, but again, all this food service stuff is gone, all the retail stuff is gone. So then you get back to skills. Now, again, like the gun rant that I just went on, we're in a weird era now, right? Where they're now going to teach like Harvard over the internet. Like Harvard classes are going to be done remotely. So I don't know. I guess you can get an Ivy League education over the internet, but they do the testing or whatever. It's more than just watching YouTube videos. I'll be fair and say it's more than just you watching an MIT lecture and going, oh, I know the same as people who work at MIT or study at MIT. However, that being said, there is also Codecademy, Skillshare. What is it? Is it called Skillshare? It's the one that sponsors a bunch of podcasts that I've listened to. You can log in, make an account, and they have courses, and they teach you stuff. You can learn all kinds of things. Like they have like watercolor classes and illustration, coding, etc. Learn to build a website. It's not necessarily going to get you a job, but it's a new skill. You can say that you can know how to build a website. Put it on your resume. It'll give you something to do, and if you make a website, you might be able to monetize it and get ad revenue if you make a good website and the content is good. Or a blog, similar thing. Same thing, YouTube or SoundCloud, right? Make a show. Tell stories or just chat with people. Make a talk show. Do something that establishes another skill. In this case, it would be like audio/video production, right? These things are relatively free, and if you're watching YouTube, which you're seeing this, that means you are watching YouTube, you can make a YouTube channel, and if you have a smartphone, it has a camera. People have made successful YouTube channels off of little more than that, right? You got a webcam, you got a mic, just start making content, just make it good. Pragmatic things to do, like learn to sew, learn how to cook cheap. A lot of people were learning that on the fly, but like look up Depression era cooking. Look up, like Frugal Gourmet? I mean, look up Binging with Babesh and learn how to make whole foods at home with your own recipes and, quality ingredients. You will eat way cheaper, way healthier generally, and you'll be happier with your food because you made it. Now, it doesn't replace going to Umisake House and getting a bad boy roll, but it's a thing you should learn to do before all this happened, like sewing. I need to learn to sew. You can sew masks and put them on Etsy and make money. All right, that's enough for me for one day with a dose of pragmatism for Friday. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.